Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a simple question. When was the last time you stopped and thought about where your focus lies? Is it on your growth, your goals, and your vision? Or is it tangled up in the lives of others, comparing and competing with people who aren't running your race? Let me tell you something that might just change the way you look at life. Comparison is the thief of joy. You cannot borrow someone else's happiness. Their success, their wins, and their lifestyle, they belong to them. But the moment you start comparing, you rob yourself of the satisfaction of your own progress. You are your greatest investment. The time you spend improving yourself, learning a new skill, building discipline, or strengthening your mindset will always be worth more than scrolling through someone else's highlights. Because here's the truth. Success is not a spectator sport. It's personal. Now, I'm not saying ignore others completely. There's value in learning from those who inspire you, but understand this, they're not your competition. You are your competition. Each day is a chance to outperform yesterday's version of yourself. Here's what I've learned. Distractions derail dreams. When you focus on others, you give away your most valuable resource, your energy. That energy could have been used to build something great for yourself, but instead it's lost in envy, gossip, and distractions. Remember this, you control your destiny. No one else holds the pen that writes your story. What matters is what you're doing right now, not what they're doing, not what they're posting, not how much they're earning. Focus on your daily actions because those actions compound into extraordinary results. And lastly, let's talk about your mindset. If you see yourself as someone who's always behind, someone who can't catch up to others, you'll stay there. But if you believe you're capable, worthy, and deserving, that belief will guide you to success. The way you see yourself sets the ceiling for what you can achieve. So, my challenge to you today is simple. Turn your focus inward. Ask yourself, what can I do today to take one step closer to the life I want? Stop chasing someone else's path. Build your own. Because the moment you focus on yourself, everything changes. You become unstoppable. Comparison is the thief of joy. It's a concept that rings true in every area of life. Yet so many of us fall into the trap of measuring our success against others. Think about it for a moment. How often do we find ourselves looking at someone else's achievements, their possessions, their lifestyle, and silently weighing our lives against theirs? It's almost instinctual, isn't it? But the truth is, this habit of comparison robs us of the satisfaction, the pride, and the joy that comes from recognizing our own growth. Progress, real progress, is not about keeping up with others. It's about becoming a better version of yourself than you were yesterday. When we compare ourselves to others, we're not playing a fair game. Everyone starts from a different place. People have different experiences, resources, and journeys. You don't know what sacrifices they've made, what struggles they've overcome, or what they're hiding behind the scenes. All you see is the highlight reel, their successes, their wins, and the moments they choose to share. And when you measure your everyday reality against someone else's best moments, you're bound to feel inadequate. But that feeling isn't a reflection of your worth or potential. It's simply the byproduct of looking in the wrong direction. What would happen if, instead of looking at others, you focused on yourself? What if, instead of asking, why are they so far ahead, you asked, how far have I come? When you shift the focus from comparison to self-reflection, you start to see progress in a whole new light. You realize that success isn't about being the best. It's about being better than you were last week, last month, or last year. It's about setting goals for yourself that push you forward, not ones that are based on someone else's life. True progress is deeply personal. It's not flashy or public, and it doesn't always come with applause. Sometimes progress looks like getting out of bed when you feel like giving up. Sometimes it's about learning something new even when it's uncomfortable. And sometimes it's simply about staying consistent with the small daily habits that build toward a bigger vision. These are the things that matter. These are the victories that deserve your attention. When you compare yourself to others, you lose sight of these moments. You start to believe that your achievements aren't enough, that your efforts don't count, and that you'll never measure up, but that's a lie. Your progress is unique to you, and it's meaningful because it represents your journey. It reflects your choices, your perseverance, and your growth. No one else can take that away from you unless you let them. There's also something liberating about focusing on your own growth. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you free yourself from the need to compete. You stop chasing their goals and start pursuing your own. You realize that you don't need to be ahead of anyone else to feel fulfilled. All you need is to know that you're moving forward, one step at a time. And the beauty of this mindset is that it allows you to celebrate others' successes without feeling threatened. You can be genuinely happy for them, knowing that their journey doesn't diminish yours. Progress is not a straight line, and it's not always easy to measure. There will be times when you feel like you're moving backward or standing still. That's normal. But even in those moments, there's growth happening. You're learning, adapting, and preparing for the next step. The key is to stay focused on what matters: your own path, your own goals, and your own growth. Comparison distracts you from this work. It pulls your attention away from what you can control and places it on things you can't. You can't control how successful someone else becomes. You can't control their choices or their circumstances. But you can control your actions. You can control how you spend your time, where you direct your energy, and what you choose to focus on. And when you channel that focus inward, amazing things happen. Progress isn't about perfection, and it's not about speed. It's about consistency. It's about showing up every day and doing your best with what you have. And when you measure your growth against your past instead of someone else's success, you start to see just how far you've come. You recognize the small victories that might have gone unnoticed. You appreciate the work you've put in, the lessons you've learned, and the person you've become. That's the kind of joy that no one else's success can take away. You are your greatest investment. It might sound simple, but it's one of the most profound truths about success and fulfillment. Everything you want to achieve in life, every goal, every dream, every ambition, it all starts with you. And the time, energy, and resources you dedicate to improving yourself will always yield the highest returns. There is no stock, no property, no external asset that can outperform the value of a well-developed mind, a disciplined body, and a focused spirit. Think about this for a moment. If you invest in yourself, no one can take that away from you. Unlike material possessions that can be lost, stolen, or devalued, the knowledge you gain, the skills you develop, and the mindset you cultivate are yours forever. They are tools that you carry with you into every situation, every challenge, and every opportunity. These are the assets that compound over time, creating a foundation for success that no one can shake. When you make the decision to invest in yourself, you're saying that your potential is worth the effort. You're acknowledging that growth doesn't happen by chance, it happens by choice. And that choice starts with prioritizing what truly matters. It might mean reading more books, taking a class, or seeking mentorship. It might mean dedicating time to exercise, meditating, or journaling. Whatever it looks like for you, The key is to recognize that every small step toward self-improvement is a step toward a richer, more fulfilling life. Self-investment isn't just about gaining new knowledge or skills, it's also about taking care of your physical and mental well-being. A sharp mind and a healthy body is a powerful combination. You can't perform at your best if you're constantly running on empty. Think of your body and mind as the engine driving your success. If you neglect maintenance, you'll eventually break down. But if you fuel yourself with the right habits, exercise, rest, nutrition, and mindfulness, you'll have the energy and clarity to tackle any challenge. Now, some might say I don't have the time to invest in myself, but let me ask you this. If you don't have time to improve yourself, what are you making time for? Spending hours scrolling through social media, watching endless entertainment, or staying stuck in routines that don't serve you will never move you closer to your goals. Time is the one resource we all get equally, and how you spend it determines the quality of your life. The beauty of self-investment is that it multiplies. When you improve yourself, you don't just benefit, you become a better parent, a better partner, a better leader, and a better friend. Your growth spills over into every area of your life, creating ripple effects, elevate those around you. When you're at your best, you inspire others to be at their best. You set an example of what's possible, showing that success isn't about luck, it's about preparation. Investing in yourself also builds confidence. When you know you've put in the work to learn, grow, and improve, you carry yourself differently. You trust your abilities, your decisions, and your worth. That confidence opens doors, attracts opportunities, and helps you navigate life's uncertainties with grace and resilience. People are drawn to those who believe in themselves. And that belief starts with the effort you put into becoming the best version of yourself. Another important aspect of self-investment is adaptability. The world is constantly changing, and those who thrive are the ones who are willing to grow and evolve. By continually learning and developing, you prepare yourself for whatever challenges or opportunities come your way. You become someone who can adapt, pivot, and succeed in any situation. The best part about investing in yourself is that the returns are limitless. There's no ceiling to what you can achieve when you commit to growth. The more you invest, the more you discover about your potential. And the more you discover, the more you realize that your only true competition is the person you were yesterday. Ultimately, the time you spend improving yourself isn't just an investment in your success. It's an investment in your happiness, your peace of mind, and your ability to create a life you're proud of. It's the most important investment you'll ever make, and it's one that will continue to pay off for the rest of your life. Success is internal, not external. It's a concept that challenges the way most people view achievement. In a world that constantly praises external markers of success, wealth, accolades, social status, it's easy to fall into the trap of seeking validation from others. But the truth is, genuine success doesn't come from applause, awards, or admiration. It comes from within. It comes from knowing that you've done your best, that you're living in alignment with your values, and that you're building a life you can be proud of. The problem with chasing external validation is that it's fleeting. The approval of others is unpredictable, temporary, and often shallow. You might feel a momentary sense of satisfaction when someone praises your work, compliments your lifestyle, or acknowledges your achievements. But what happens when the applause stops? What happens when the crowd moves on? If your sense of worth is tied to external recognition, you'll constantly feel the need to prove yourself. You'll be stuck on a treadmill of seeking approval, never truly satisfied because external validation is never enough. Real success is about building habits and practices that make you proud of who you are. It's about doing the work when no one is watching. It's about showing up for yourself every day, not because someone else expects it, but because you value your growth and integrity. Whether it's waking up early to pursue a goal, staying disciplined when temptation strikes, or pushing through challenges when it's easier to quit, these moments of self-respect are where true success is born. When you focus on internal success, you shift the narrative from "what will people think" to "what do I think of myself?" That shift is powerful because it puts the control back in your hands. You're no longer living according to someone else's standards or expectations. You're living a life that feels right to you. And when you're proud of the way you live, the need for external validation diminishes. Building habits that align with your values is a cornerstone of internal success. For example, if you value health, then making time for exercise and eating well are habits that reflect that value. If you value growth, then dedicating time to learning and self-improvement becomes a non-negotiable part of your routine. These habits might not get you applause or recognition from others, but they give you something far more valuable, a sense of fulfillment and self-respect. Another important aspect of internal success is embracing the process rather than fixating on the outcome. External success is often tied to results, winning the award, reaching the milestone, achieving the goal. But internal success is about the journey. It's about who you become along the way. Did you stay disciplined? Did you learn from your failures? Did you show resilience when things got tough? These are the questions that matter because they reflect your character and growth. When you focus on internal success, you also free yourself from the need to compare. External success is relative. It's always measured against someone else's achievements. But internal success is deeply personal. It's not about being better than someone else. It's about being better than you were yesterday. This mindset allows you to celebrate your progress without diminishing someone else's. It creates a sense of contentment and confidence that isn't shaken by the successes of others. Internal success also teaches you to appreciate the smaller victories that others might overlook. It's in the quiet moments of discipline, perseverance, and self-reflection that real growth happens. These moments might not be glamorous or Instagram-worthy, but they're the foundation of a meaningful life. They remind you that success isn't about impressing others. It's about living in a way that aligns with your true self. Perhaps the most rewarding part of internal success is the peace it brings. When you're no longer chasing validation, you find freedom. You're free to pursue goals that matter to you, not because they'll earn approval, but because they bring you joy and fulfillment. You're free to make mistakes without fear of judgment because your worth isn't tied to perfection. You're free to be yourself fully and unapologetically because you know that true success is about how you feel on the inside, not how you're perceived on the outside. Success is internal, not external. When you build habits that make you proud, you create a life that is deeply fulfilling, regardless of whether anyone else notices. That's the kind of success that lasts. Distractions derail dreams. It's one of the simplest truths about success, yet it's one that's often overlooked. The modern world is filled with endless distractions, constantly pulling at your attention. And while some of these distractions may seem harmless, scrolling through social media, checking on what others are doing, or letting your mind wander into comparisons, they slowly chip away at the time and energy you could be using to achieve your own goals. Focusing on others not only wastes precious energy, but also distances you from the life you're trying to build. Every one of us has a limited amount of energy each day. It's like a battery that starts full in the morning and gradually depletes as the day goes on. Where you direct that energy determines what you accomplish. When you focus on distractions, whether it's mindlessly scrolling through someone's feed, gossiping about someone else's life, or worrying about things beyond your control, you're spending that energy on things that don't move you forward. You're using up your limited resources on things that won't bring you closer to your dreams. Let's consider what happens when you constantly compare your journey to others. Every time you stop to analyze someone else's success, you take your eyes off your own path. Imagine running a race, but spending more time looking at the person in the next lane than focusing on your stride. How far do you think you'll go? How much ground will you cover? It's the same in life. When your focus is on others, you lose sight of your own progress. You forget what's important to you because you're too busy measuring yourself against someone else's journey. Distractions don't just steal your time, they rob you of clarity. The more you focus on what others are doing, the more you confuse their goals with your own. You might start chasing things that don't even matter to you, simply because they seem impressive or desirable in someone else's life. But here's the thing, their success has nothing to do with yours. Their journey is unique, just as yours is. Comparing yourself to them is like comparing apples to oranges. It serves no purpose. When you focus on distractions, you also lose momentum. Achieving any significant goal requires consistency and dedication. It's not enough to work hard for a day, a week, or even a month. You have to keep going, even when progress feels slow. But distractions interrupt that flow. They pull you away from the work you need to do, breaking your focus and slowing your progress. Over time, these small interruptions add up, making it harder and harder to regain the momentum you've lost. It's important to understand that distractions aren't just external. They can also come from within. Self-doubt, fear of failure, and procrastination are all internal distractions that can derail your dreams just as easily as external ones. When you spend too much time worrying about whether you're good enough or fearing what others might think, you're diverting energy away from taking action. Instead of moving forward, you're stuck in a cycle of overthinking and hesitation. And that's the key to overcoming distractions, is to refocus your energy on what truly matters. Ask yourself, what are my goals? What do I want to achieve? What steps can I take today to move closer to that vision? When you're clear on your purpose, it becomes easier to block out distractions. You start to recognize which activities add value to your life and which ones simply waste your time. You learn to say no to the things that don't align with your priorities, freeing up more time and energy for what does. It's also important to create an environment that supports focus. Surround yourself with people who inspire and encourage you. Limit your exposure to negativity and distractions, whether it's toxic relationships, mindless entertainment, or habits that don't serve you. And most importantly, develop the discipline to stay on track, even when distractions seem tempting. Focusing on others is one of the most subtle yet dangerous distractions. It's easy to fall into the habit of checking on what others are doing, but it's a trap that takes you further from your own potential. Remember, the energy you spend watching someone else's life is energy you're taking away from your own dreams. Imagine what you could accomplish if you redirected that energy toward your goals. Every moment spent on distractions is a moment you can't get back. Time is your most valuable resource, and how you use it determines the quality of your life. If you want to achieve your dreams, you have to guard your focus fiercely. You have to recognize that distractions, no matter how small, can derail even the best laid plans. The choice is always yours. Will you spend your energy on distractions, or will you use it to build the life you want? You control your destiny. It's a powerful statement, one that serves as both a challenge and a reminder. Every result you achieve, every milestone you reach, and every goal you accomplish is ultimately shaped by your actions. It's not about where you come from, what others are doing, or the circumstances around you. It's about what you choose to do with what you have. Your destiny is not determined by someone else's journey. It's entirely in your hands. Far too often, people fall into the trap of thinking their future is dictated by external factors, the economy, their upbringing, or the success of those around them. While these things can influence the path you take, they don't decide your outcome. What matters most is how you respond to these circumstances. Do you let them define you, or do you take responsibility for your own path? The truth is, blaming outside forces for your lack of progress is giving away your power. It's saying, I have no control, but the reality is you do. Yeah. When you realize that your actions shape your results, everything changes. You stop waiting for the perfect moment, the ideal opportunity, or someone else's approval. Instead, you start taking ownership of your life. You understand that every decision you make, no matter how small, is a step toward your future, whether it's choosing to wake up early, work harder, or stay consistent when it's easier to quit. These choices accumulate over time, shaping the life you create. There are no risky actions like this one here. One of the most liberating aspects of knowing you control your destiny is that it frees you from comparison. It's easy to look at someone else's journey and feel discouraged. Maybe they've achieved something you're striving for, or they seem to be progressing faster than you, but their path has nothing to do with yours. You're not walking the same road, and you're not starting from the same place. Comparing your journey to theirs is like comparing two entirely different stories. It's a distraction, and it takes your focus away from what you should be doing. The key is to measure your success based on your own progress. Are you further along today than you were yesterday? Have you grown, learned, or improved in some way? These are the questions that matter. Success isn't about being better than someone else. It's about being better than you were. When you focus on your own journey, you gain clarity. You start to see what steps you need to take, and you build the confidence to take them without worrying about how someone else is doing. Another important aspect of controlling your destiny is understanding the power of consistency. Big dreams are rarely achieved in one giant leap. They're built step by step, day by day, through small, consistent actions. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the enormity of your goals. But when you break them down into manageable steps and commit to making progress every day, you realize that success is within reach. The path might not always be clear, but with persistence and determination, you'll find your way. It's also essential to take responsibility for your outcomes. This means owning both your successes and your failures. When things go well, celebrate your hard work and the choices that led you there. But when things don't go as planned, resist the urge to blame others or external circumstances. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I improve? Every setback is an opportunity to grow, and every mistake is a chance to course correct. When you take responsibility for your results, you become empowered to change them. Believing you control your destiny doesn't mean the journey will always be easy. There will be challenges, obstacles, and moments of doubt. But it's in those moments that your belief in yourself matters most. When you take action despite fear, push forward despite setbacks, and remain focused despite distractions, you prove to yourself that you are capable of shaping your future. You build resilience, and that resilience becomes the foundation for everything you achieve. Another important element is the mindset you bring to your journey. If you believe you're powerless, your actions will reflect that belief. But if you believe you have the ability to create the life you want, you'll act accordingly. This is why mindset matters so much. It shapes not only how you see the world, but also how you show up in it. A mindset of ownership and accountability fuels the kind of action that leads to results. You know, your destiny isn't something you stumble into, it's something you create. Every day you're writing the story of your life through the choices you make and the effort you put in. It doesn't matter where you start or how far you have to go. What matters is that you take control, stay focused, and keep moving forward. The future isn't something that happens to you, it's something you build, one action at a time. Master your mindset. It's one of the most powerful truths you'll ever learn. The way you see yourself, the way you think about your abilities, and the beliefs you hold about what's possible all serve as the foundation for the level of success you can achieve. Everything begins in the mind. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your results. If you want to change your life, you must first change the way you think about yourself and what you're capable of. Your mindset is like the operating system of your life. If it's filled with doubt, fear, and negativity, it will hold you back from reaching your full potential. On the other hand, if it's grounded in confidence, optimism, and a belief in your ability to grow and improve, it becomes a powerful tool that propels you forward. Success isn't reserved for the most talented or the luckiest. It's available to those who are willing to master their mindset and take control of their thoughts. One of the most important aspects of mastering your mindset is developing self-belief. How you see yourself determines the choices you make. If you see yourself as someone who's capable, deserving, and resilient, you'll take risks, push through challenges, and keep moving toward your goals. But if you see yourself as someone who's limited, unworthy, or destined to fail, you'll hesitate, hold back, and give up at the first sign of difficulty. Your perception of yourself becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's crucial to remember that your mindset isn't fixed. It's something you can shape and develop over time. If you've been holding on to limiting beliefs about yourself, it's time to let them go. Start by challenging the stories you've been telling yourself. If you've been thinking, "I'm not good enough," ask yourself, is that really true? What evidence do I have? Replacing those limiting beliefs with empowering ones is the first step toward mastering your mindset. Another key element of mastering your mindset is focusing on growth rather than perfection. Many people get stuck because they believe they need to be perfect to succeed. But perfection is an illusion. It's not real. What's real is growth. When you adopt a growth mindset, you understand that success is about learning, improving, and getting better over time. You don't have to have all the answers right now. You don't have to be the best at what you do from the start. You just have to be willing to learn and take the next step. The way you handle failure is also a reflection of your mindset. Failure isn't a sign that you're not good enough. It's a stepping stone on the path to success. Every successful person has experienced setbacks and challenges. The difference is in how they respond. When you master your mindset, you see failure not as the end, but as an opportunity to learn and grow. You ask yourself, what can I take away from this experience? How can I use it to become better? That perspective turns every failure into a valuable lesson. Your environment also plays a big role in shaping your mindset. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you, rather than those who bring negativity into your life. Positive influences can reinforce your belief in yourself and encourage you to keep striving for your goals. On the other hand, toxic environments can plant seeds of doubt and hold you back. Be intentional about the people you spend time with, the media you consume, and the messages you allow into your mind. Visualization is another powerful tool for mastering your mindset. When you take the time to imagine yourself achieving your goals, you create a mental blueprint for success. Your brain doesn't always distinguish between what's real and what's vividly imagined. By visualizing your success, you program your mind to believe it's possible, and that belief drives your actions. The more you can see yourself succeeding, the more likely you are to make it a reality. Discipline and consistency are also critical. A strong mindset doesn't develop overnight. It's built through daily habits and practices, whether it's journaling, meditation, affirmations, or setting aside time to reflect on your goals. These practices help reinforce a positive and focused mindset. They keep you aligned with your vision and remind you of your potential, even when challenges arise. Finally, mastering your mindset requires a deep commitment to self-awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts, especially when you're faced with obstacles or setbacks. Are your thoughts empowering or limiting? Are you focusing on solutions or are you dwelling on the problem? By becoming more aware of your mental patterns, you can start to shift them in a direction that supports your growth and success. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you achieve. When you believe in yourself, focus on growth, and commit to developing a strong and positive perspective, you unlock the potential to reach heights you never thought possible. The way you see yourself truly determines the level of success you'll reach. So make sure your vision of yourself is one of strength, capability, and limitless potential. Everything comes down to where you place your focus and how you choose to live your life. Success is not about competing with others, seeking external validation, or measuring yourself by someone else's standards. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, mastering your mindset, and taking full ownership of your journey. The truth is, comparison steals your joy, distractions drain your energy, and focusing on others keeps you from building the life you want. But when you direct your energy inward, when you focus on your growth, invest in yourself, and commit to consistent action, you unlock the power to shape your destiny. Remember, you are your greatest asset. Your time, your mindset, and your actions determine the results you achieve. Stay focused on what matters. Embrace failure as part of the process and believe in your ability to overcome challenges. Your potential is limitless, and the life you dream of is within reach. But only if you're willing to look inward, do the work, and stay the course. So, stop looking around and start looking within. Focus on your goals, build habits that make you proud, and create a life that reflects the best of who you are. Your journey is yours alone, and it's up to you to make it extraordinary.